and welcome back to Eastwick Cottage Garden. My name is Tracy and I welcome you to my garden space. A garden here on a quarter-acre urban lot in southeast Pennsylvania. For those who have been here for a while, welcome back. For those who are new, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be focusing on the back garden area. I want to put some plants in on the deck steps beds here and focus on the back corner of the orchard and possibly some planting in the woodland garden area. So I'm going to set the camera up and we're just going to get going. I'm not sure if I said already, but it is a glorious day. It is about 70 degrees and a little bit breezy, but not too bad. Okay, so we are going to be doing some musical flower beds. I have some coral jade sedum that we took out from the front flower bed, and I thought I wanted to put it around the deck steps flower beds. I think I really want to put it in this back corner of the orchard area. And if you can see the yellow there, those are heuchera that are not doing well in that sunny area. So I need to move them into the woodland garden area. So I think I'm going to do that move first, and then I'll be able to move the coral jade sedum back there and then plant the rest of the items I need to plant in the deck steps beds. So that's what we're going to do. There was an ant crawling on my hat. Most unwelcome. Okay, let's see if this likes it here any better than being in the front. I almost forgot. I have some Rudbeckia called Cherry Brandy, which is a really dark red Rudbeckia that I wanted to put in this flower space as well. So I have some zinnias that I planted, cosmos that I planted in here temporarily. So I want to put these, I think, on the outside edges here and see how that grows up. So one of my dearest friends, her mother likes to garden, but is getting up in age and can't garden anymore. So she very generously gifted me her garden set that she used to use for her gardening. So I have a cart and then 3 utensils. I have a spade, a rake, and a cultivating tool, and they have extending handles on them. But as you can see, my friend Carol, and her mom's name is Maggie, and this is Maggie's shovel. So I'm very honored to be able to use these tools in my garden space, and she also watches the channel. So hi Maggie, thank you. I'm digging a, can't see what I'm doing here. think the soil is moist enough. We've had a lot of rain and soft enough to get the shovel in without using the auger. So I get items from Bluestone Perennials that come in these coconut pots, which I really like because you could just drop the whole pot in there and the roots break through. However, this one is not very deep in the, well, it's really super deep in the pot, so I want to not use the pot for this. I'm just going to plant it straight in the ground. Lots of critters in this one. Lots of critters. So in this area, I think this flower bed is pretty much done, at least for now. In this area we have the Liriope Big Blue, which will have shoot up blue flower spikes and should fill in quite a bit. We also have the Osmanthus Party Lights that we planted together, and I planted this Big Blue Liriope, if you remember, got moved from the orchard flower bed, and I planted these Cosmos in here just to give it some filler. But today we put in the Coral Jade Sedum and the Rudbeckia Cherry Brandy. So the Cherry Brandy, like I said, is going to be like a really deep burgundy red. I think that'll play nicely off of the Party Lights, and the flowering of the Coral Jade Sedum, so they should be flowering around the same time. I think that would be a nice display, and then be offset by the blue of the Big Blue Liriope. So anyway, this is the flower bed as it stands. I'm also not sure if I pointed this out during the garden tour, but the honeysuckle are coming into bloom. So we're in the Woodland Garden area, and I'm going to put the Electra, let me show you in the bucket here, get this leaf out of the way, the Electra heuchera, which see the veining here is supposed to be red, bright red, and you can see that the leaves have been singed. It was way too much sun over there. So the rule about heuchera, and I knew this, anyway, I didn't think there was going to be that sunny over there, but the rule about heuchera is the darker the foliage, the more sun it can handle. So I have some other heuchera in the property that do get some sun, and they're doing really, really well. But I think we're going to add them in between right here, I have some primrose. So I think I'm going to add, there's actually 3. One's a little teeny one over here. I think we're going to add them in between here, and it'll help to bring some brightness back to this area. I do have the hosta that's variegated, and this hosta over here. And then I could see the cinnamon fern from a distance. And then when the Jack Frost Runner is blooming, I could see those blooms. And we planted the carex back here, which is going to be pretty bright as well. And we have this heuchera right here, which we could see from a distance, especially with the beautiful pink flower stalks on it. And we could also see the painted fern, the ghost painted fern. And I have another one over here that we need to plant as well. So we're going to plant the 2 heuchera in here and the painted fern, and that will be this area done for the day. Okay, so I think for today we are finished in this area. We have planted the ghost fern and we have planted the heuchera. So it kind of makes a nice little, although they're not all the same color, nice little drift of heuchera to kind of bring a little brightness to the area in the front at least. And then we have the cinnamon fern and the carex in the back there. And then the hostas in the middle that bring some light to the area. On the side there, you're looking at Riley's lead, in case you were wondering. It's a turquoise. This is lantana, banana pink, going in the hole. And this is Supervina pink cashmere. The root system on that. It's Jenny and Jerry from Creekside Nursery in North Carolina. Okay, do you guys see the size of that worm? Telling you, no dig. Just a good old-fashioned American earthworm. Looking lush. You better hide, buddy. The robins are coming. Hopefully you guys can see this and the sun's not in your eyes. We'll wet these down a bit. Okay, as we did before, we're going to do this one first. This we got from Farm and Garden Station, the lantana, when we did our nursery tour. One Supervina pink cashmere. firmed in and ready to spill over. Okay, so we're going to start over here. I explained the whole thing and I wasn't recording, so we're going to do this all over again. So in these two flower beds, we filled in with a couple of annuals to kind of fill in the spaces. The sneezeweed here and the gardenia, they're on both sides, and the 9-bark are going to get really big. And also the grass here, the pennisetum back here, are going to get larger, but they're going to take time to do that. So in the interim, I'm following the annual parade. I usually just put annuals in pots, but this is, it's a giant pot, it's a flower bed. So adding them to the flower bed to fill in some space while we wait for the others to grow. And this is a geranium, azure blue geranium, that's going to fill out and start drifting over as well. We also have the dianthus, constant beauty pink, and the cat's pajamas nepeta. There's some tete-a-tete daffodils that are they're done, but the foliage is still there. This is, and I can't remember the name of it, it is an echinacea that is absolutely beautiful. It is like a peachy color and absolutely gorgeous. This is the tiny wine 9-bark. And as I said before, this is the popcorn drift rose. It's in this bed. We replaced the other one in the other bed that died. And this is Sempervivum Gold Nugget. And this is, I forget what it's called. It's big something. It's a sedum. And then we also have the Peter Cottontail yarrow in this bed as well. And we did the same on this bed, except we also did the popcorn drift rose replacement. So the beds are similar. I have ordered some more of the Sempervivum because I think it's so adorable. I did order 3 more for each bed. So I'm going to put like a little grouping and then one by itself. So anyway, so that's what we did in this flower bed today. Okay, so that is it for today. We were able to tackle 3 flower beds, and I have gnats and I feel like ants crawling all over me. We got a lot of plants in the ground and some plants shuffled around. So that's very nice. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. Thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for the likes and the shares and the subscriptions. And I hope that you guys are doing well. My heart goes out to those who have been affected by the weather. I know that we've had some torrential storms in the west and in the south. And my heart goes out to you, and I hope you and your family are well. My prayers are with you. I hope you're doing well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.